Now, based on that, we're going to talk about what are the different mechanisms by which we can apply these epigenetic principles to our lifestyle. On one side, you have what was that name? Lucky Lyle and Trouble Tim. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Sumit sir. Thank you. Kalpana ji, your understanding. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. Chalo, let me go to the course. Okay. Yeah. So what I've done is, if you've understood, I've summed up these 4 things. So we don't have to go into each and every. Lino sir is laughing. Yes. So why, I mean, you've already read it. Why do we repeat it, है ना? तो इसलिए मैंने आपको पूरा प्रेजेंटेशन में डाल के दिया ताकि आप diagrammatic representation से समझ सको. You should understand that way. Okay, come on. Now let's go to epigenetics and environmental factors. Okay. Okay, you've already seen this. Sorry, not this one. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about you've studied about food as a nutrigenomic or an epigenetic mechanism last time. You want me to give an example of I think I gave a couple of examples right now. Let's talk about food. Okay, because I'm directly starting with exercise ना, इसके लिए वो ऐसा लग रहा है कि कुछ missing है, but it is not. You've read it, you've studied it in the past, but I will just repeat it. Okay, so my food has the power to turn on a disease or to turn off a disease. Clear on this? Everybody is with me on the same page? Okay. If you've seen that example of FTO gene as well. I specifically used an example of diet there because I know that it's we directly started from exercise. So diet has that power of changing. And see, diet does not only mean vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats and fiber. No. Diet में बहुत कुछ आता है. There is so many aspects of nutrition. Yes, Abhijit sir, you said it right. It should be a balance of all the nutrients. But over and above that, you can just write down, you can make notes if you want. There are a lot of other things in the food that we consume. So your food is not just made up of protein, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, water, and fiber. It is made up of antioxidants. Okay. The fruits that you consume, the vegetables that you consume. And that is why we keep on saying that eat local and seasonal fresh foods. Why? The genetic makeup you have. If I was born as a Britisher, then probably something that is consumed in the England and London would affect me positively. So if I eat avocados, it probably has a good effect on me because I have those genes. I'll give you an Indian example. Chalo. South Indians. How many South Indians in the room here? Nobody? Okay. Chalo. I am a fan of South Indian food. Okay, so I always give this example. Why do okay, great, Sugraji. Yes. Why do South Indians do not complain of heart disease or even weight gain even after having a lot of rice and coconut oil? Why? There may be some people who do, but I'm talking about a maximum majority. Yes, Abhijit sir, more vegetables to hai, but the answer is in your genetic makeup. Your genes. You're born as a South Indian. You're born to a South Indian parent, to a South Indian lineage. Your genes are such that have probably, you saw those epigenetic influence also, right? So if your fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great grandfathers have been having that, it is a high chance that you will not get the ill effects of overeating of coconut. There's a high chance. So in spite of having rice every day, in spite of having coconut in everything, you will not gain weight because your body is accustomed to it. Yeah. Yes, Imli. Bappiji, you're right. But yet I'm talking about not what cuts the fat. Imli definitely cuts the fat because it's Garcinia. I understand you're coming from there. But I'm talking about the genetic influence here. Okay. So second thing is, if I'm from the west side of India, from Gujarat. Okay. So my family is from Gujarat. We have a lot of groundnut oil in our cooking. I'm taking 5 minutes here because this is important. Okay. We have a lot of groundnut oil in our cooking. That does not make me fat. But when I have till oil, I saw that I gained weight. Till oil is from the east. Assam, Orissa, Bengal, they consume a lot of sesame oil. So your geographical location also is important. Yeah, if a North Indian consumes a lot of groundnut oil wala khana, it probably will not suit him. There are high chances that it will not suit him. Okay, so your genetic makeup and your geographical location is very, very, very important. Okay, chalo, let us go to exercise. I think I was able to convey what, yeah, so antioxidants you've written. I'll just finish that list. Second is probiotics and prebiotics. So food also contains that. So now what I want you to do is, I want you to look at food from that angle. Don't look at food from just a carbohydrate, macro and micronutrient angle. Okay. 1 second. Is my light gone? I don't know. It's too dark. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. All right. So see food as an antioxidant rich medium to nourish ourselves. See food as a prebiotic or a probiotic. There is dahi, there is all your items made up of dahi, your apple cider vinegar, you can ferment cabbage and make a sauerkraut kind of a salad. You have pickles, you have, so just like how we make achar at home. So this is from the Western culture, that they pickle cabbage and lettuce leaves. Okay, you can pickle any vegetable of your choice. You can also pickle beetroot and carrots, and you use that as a in your salad. So if you're eating a mixed vegetable salad, just add that probiotic wala after 15 days or after 20 days wala fermented vegetable, and see your gut health improving. I'll come to that in the gut microbiome segment. Okay, so food has a definite purpose of altering the genes, and it does very well. It depends on what food you eat. Okay, processed, packaged, preserved, ये सारे foods आपको, it will take you to ill health. But fresh, local, seasonal, unprocessed, unrefined will take you to good health, because they unlock your potential to be healthy. Chalo, let's go to exercise now. I'll cover this. This is the most important. How many of y'all exercise daily? Come on, tell me. Honestly, okay. Very good. So I can't see everybody here, but can you write in the chat box so I can see? Because I think I just have few people here. How many of y'all honestly exercise every day? Very good, Divya. Great. Lino sir, abhi se karo shuru, because now when you read this na, you will feel the need to do it. Okay. Very good, Abhijit sir. 5 kilometers walk with stretching. Wow. Bappi sir, 10,000 steps per day. Lovely. 3 to 4 days a week, Kalpana ji. Okay, great. Something is better than nothing. Okay, but I would suggest you start a little more frequently. At least 4 times a week. Okay, Mishti, the same thing applies to you. But yes, you guys are doing a good job. Surya Namaskar daily. I couldn't understand that Tamil or Malayalam, but when there is Namaskar, I understood that that has to be Surya. Okay. 2-kilometer walk in the evening. Okay. Yes, Revati ji, I got it. Thanks. Okay. Wonderful, Sumit sir, and wonderful all of you. You guys are determined to have a good health. Very good. Okay. So those who are not doing, I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, but now start doing. Okay? Chalo, let's see why. Why is Riddhi telling us to do exercise? I'm not telling, Baba. Research is telling. I'm not the one telling you to exercise, but I want you all to exercise. Okay? Now, there is a difference between physical activity and exercise. Let me come to that first. It has to be very, very clear, and in the patients also that you counsel. Okay? I'm assuming you will definitely provide them with this knowledge. People will come and tell you that I do household work. Where is the time to do yoga or exercise? ऐसे ही हो जाता है exercise. You tell them there is a difference, madam. There's a difference between physical activity and exercise. Physical activity is when you stay active without any conscious effort. आपको पता है, आप as a housewife you have to look after the house. You cannot call that as an exercise. You cannot say that, you cannot protect yourself by saying that I'm doing it every day. No, you're being physically active, which is very good. You're being physically active. But exercise is a conscious effort that you take. You go out and spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours for exercise. That is called exercise. Whatever you do, that doesn't matter. Whether you do yoga, whether you do a brisk walk, whether you jog, whether you go for a run, you do high intensity interval training, HIIT, that's a new one, right, in the fitness industry. You go for cycling, you go for swimming, you go for tennis, but there has to be a conscious effort over and above your normal physical activity. We are not heavy workers. I don't know if you all are. I mean, I don't know the backgrounds. Yes, combination of exercise is important, Divya, right? Yeah, exactly, Abhijit sir. I was just coming to that point, what you pointed out in the chat. If you are a heavy worker, for example, a farmer, okay, or a construction laborer, for example, there's a laborer, we then do not expect obviously them to go out and again indulge in exercise because theirs is a heavy work. But if you do not have a heavy work, heavy life, working lifestyle, you're not a heavy, what do you say? Your physical activity is very moderate or mild or not even there. Then you need to do exercise. It's a given. Okay? Okay? So working in fields can be equivalent to exercise worth 45 minutes. Because you bend, you squat, you do a lot of exercises that happen. अब क्या होता है कि झाड़ू पोछा करने के लिए भी वो तो सब करना ही पड़ता है. You bend, squat, you reach out, your flexibility also improves definitely. But this is more than like, I think a couple of hours in a day that they spend. You do not do jhadu pocha for a couple of hours in a day. It's just for half an hour or 1 hour. The time is also important. The duration is also important. Okay. So although heavy work is still there, but a farmer or somebody who works in the fields is a heavy physically active person. So he does not need to do exercise then. I mean, if he does, well and good if he has the energy, but not really needed. Because then he'll be spending a lot of energy. Okay. All right. Chalo. Then comes your benefits. So if you see the benefits, obviously it improves muscle mass. Exercise improves muscle mass. Muscle mass is the answer to reducing your fat in the body. Okay. When you build healthy muscle, you lose unhealthy fat. Respiratory system health, your lungs. Do you know your lung capacity? We're not even 1/4 of it. We're not using the lung capacity that much. So it improves your lung capacity. Pulse, your pulse rate. Very, very important to carry out your metabolism as well. Correct? Exercise improves your bone density because your absorption vitamin D and calcium are greater when you exercise. Proven by research, huh? If you want to note it down. Exercise improves your vitamin D and calcium absorption, even magnesium absorption. Okay. Brain function, you become more alert, your focus, your memory, your concentration improves, your intellect improves. Okay. Red blood cells. Why red blood cells? Because if your bone mass increases, your bone marrow also increases, I mean improves. And if your bone marrow, you know, the RBCs are produced in the bone marrow, right? Your absorption of nutrients increases. So your vitamin B12, iron, folic acid, all those contribute to red blood cell health. It does not let you be anemic. Okay. So you have, if you're not anemic, what happens? Can somebody say what is the connection between a good iron intake and energy levels? Let us see. If you all don't know, it's okay. That's something new you will learn today. Yes, Divya, you're energetic. But why? That's the question. Why you won't feel tired? Why am I saying कि hemoglobin अच्छा है या iron अच्छा है तो you will? Yes, exactly. Both are right. Yes. Divya, you got it first. Abhijit sir. Okay, you were the second. So she says iron carries oxygen. Yes, the hemoglobin is an oxygen carrying molecule. More the oxygen, more the energy. Simple. हाँ, ज़्यादा technical में मत जाओ. But if you have more oxygen supply, you will obviously be more energetic. Okay, and that is why we feel a rush of energy after exercise. One is partly due to the happy hormones, but other thing is also due to the oxygen intake that has increased. Okay, because your breathing increases. All right, perfect body shape. Obviously, if you are a little higher on the waist, or maybe you have some tummy fat, arms fat, or you have overall obesity, exercise is a must because it will build muscle and reduce fat. And of course, a strong cardiovascular system. Who doesn't want a strong heart? Everybody wants, but nobody wants to. I mean, most of them, they will say कि कल वो Monday कभी नहीं आता है. Let me tell you. I'll exercise. I was also like that. So I am not saying you are like that. I am talking about myself also. I'll hit the snooze button and say, today is Saturday, forget it. So, kal Sunday hai, I will start from Monday. That Monday never comes. Okay? So strong heart is very, very important, and all these things are very, very important equally. Acha, now coming to the mental health aspect. We saw the physical health here. Okay? Let's talk about mental health, then I'll come to cancer. Okay. If you, I don't know if you have noticed, we advocate a lot on mental health because that's a pressing concern today. A lot people every day are falling prey to mental health conditions. It could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be ADHD, it could be a lot of other factors, suicidal tendencies, etc., etc. Yeah. If you want to bring a change in the society, if you want to bring a change in the world, start focusing on people's mental health as well. As a potential healthcare provider, I'm guiding you. I'm suggesting you this. Don't go only on physical health. The person will still be incomplete as a healthy individual if you do not focus on mental health. Okay? So when you exercise, what are the hormones that are secreted? Somebody just answered that a short while back. Yes, all diseases are psychosomatic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, so Divya had said some time back, if I go up the chat, that yes, exercise produces good hormones. But what are the hormones? Can anybody name them? I want it to be interactive, okay? Dopamine, very good. What other? What else? Oxytocin, wonderful. Serotonin. Ek baj gaya. Let's see who cracks this. There's one more. Okay, so it's called, let me give you a clue. It's called the dose of happiness. Dose. So that's an acronym. DOSE. आपने DOS तो लिख दिया. E क्या है? What does E stand for? No, not estrogen. Estrogen is a female sex hormone. I'm talking about happy hormones, which get secreted in the brain. So the nicotine affects the part, but they, me also. Huh? So okay, but how many of you are striving to do that? How many of you are taking a step for that? Suppressing genes. It suppresses tumor, so it's good. Yes. DOSE, we call that in the wellness industry, we call it as dose of happiness. Okay. If you want to have happy life, you want to have a content life, you need to know how to hack your hormones. Hack, matlab not like a password hack, but something called as biohacking. Okay. Have you heard of this term biohacking? Huh? Biohacking means the same thing, changing your environment. As simple as that. Okay. So all these are effects of exercise on the mental health. You will have reduced stress levels because as you exercise, your adrenaline and your cortisol levels drop. Cortisol is a stress hormone. I'll give you a small little exercise, okay? I don't know if we're meeting again or no, but maybe we meet in the convocation. But I want you to do an exercise from your part, okay? From your side. Study a little bit about cortisol. Look at research papers, look at articles, see what the fitness industry or the wellness industry talks about cortisol, because this is a pressing issue. And 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, this is going to be the big thing. Okay. So cortisol, what will you search? What will you study? How does it impact your body? Okay. So the physical effects and the mental effects, both. Okay. What effects does it have on your body? What effects does it have on your mind? So when you say, Abhijit sir, all diseases are psychosomatic, the culprit is cortisol. और उसको किसने लाया बॉडी के अंदर? आपके स्ट्रेस ने लाया. Your stress is the one that led to high cortisol levels. I'll put that word. Everybody got it right, na? Cortisol, huh? Cortisol. I put it in the chat. Okay. Your mood improves with exercise. You have reduced chances of depression, increased energy levels, your brain power is boosted, you have an increased sense of well-being and happiness, increased confidence, you have reduced anxiety levels, improved sleep, and self-esteem is increased. Right? Let's talk about cancer. Why? Now, there was a lot of debate happening कि cancer के genes को कैसे हम कर सकते हैं control. Cancer is like a fast spreading disease, ना? तो आप करने जाओगे वो तो तब तक it might reach stage 2 or something. Yeah, once it is contracted, once it is affected the person. But no, read this. Tumor suppressing genes. There are some genes in our body that function as suppressants of tumor or cancer. Do you think इनका increase होना चाहिए expression या decrease होना चाहिए expression? What do you think? Expression increase होना चाहिए? So, okay, let me put it simply, okay? What does the name say? Tumor suppressing genes. It suppresses tumor, so it's good. So you will like to have more of these genes. So you will increase the expression of these genes. Exactly what exercise does. It does the same thing. It increases the expression levels of tumor suppressing genes. And what are the oncogenes? Oncogenes are the ones that give you cancer. So the genes that are responsible, if there is a mutation in those genes, that could give you cancer in any body part. It could be a prostate, it could be lung, it could be skin, it could be brain tumor, whatever. Yeah, that again, that's a secondary thing. But if you have oncogenes in your body, you need to decrease the expression. So, वो switching on, switching off वाला formula है ये. So expression means you are bringing out, you're activating it. Suppression means you are subsiding it, you are deactivating it, you don't want it. Okay, so decreasing expression means suppressing it. Yeah, any particular exercise for cancer patients, I'll come to that. Any exercise for that matter, any exercise is enough. But as I said, there are few criteria for you to tick whether you are a good exercise person or no. You should be taking care of the time, as in don't do it for 15-20 minutes, it won't help you in any way. 15 minutes तो सिर्फ मेटाबॉलिज्म किक होने के लिए लगता है, ठीक है? At least minimum time should be 30 minutes. Whether you do a brisk walk, and see, yes, nature does have a powerful influence on you, by the way. I would not suggest you walk on a treadmill if you have the option of going out and walking. हाँ, अभी चलो monsoon है, wherever it is raining, people can substitute it with treadmill or whatever. But when it's not raining, go out and walk. Nothing can match up to brisk walking, nothing else. Okay, so brisk walking for 30 minutes minimum, or you can go for a resistance training. Resistance training हम थोड़ा सा कम करने बोलते हैं cancer patients में especially, because they might get a flare up even in autoimmune patients. Okay, so psoriasis and all those type 1 diabetes, ये सारे autoimmune conditions है. So we don't ask them to go for a heavy hardcore resistance training regime. If a person is already doing, then we tell them to reduce the intensity, because that can lead to a flare up. And that can basically lead to a lot of energy loss, because वो hardcore होता है. The best I can, what I have studied in research is, the best is yoga for cancer. So I had read a book on, I think you all should also read, I think it's by Isha Yoga Foundation, by Sadhguru, how yoga affects cancer. I mean, positively affects cancer. Okay, I don't remember the name, but I can probably just recollect and tell you later. Or you just Google it, yoga and cancer related books. So I think Isha Yoga Foundation will be the first one to show up. So if you get a book of copy of that, read it. Okay, and especially if you have interest in cancer medicine, you should definitely go and read it. All right, now so yeah, the mechanism it works on is DNA methylation. It adds, what is methylation, by the way? It adds a methyl group on the DNA, and that methyl group protects it. आपको समझा अभी? ये tumor suppressing genes कैसे activate करोगे आप? Through DNA methylation. When there is a methyl group, it will protect it from getting affected by your environment. ठीक है, तो histones so we have seen. But DNA methylation, I think I skipped. I forgot. So DNA methylation is nothing but adding a methyl group, and that affects your, that changes your epigenome. ठीक है? Cognition हमने देखा अभी, improved mental health. Metabolic disorders. So your diabetes, your cardiac conditions, your thyroid, all these are metabolic disorders. So it helps you to achieve a good physical health, not only mental health, but we just saw physical health also, and that's the same thing. Your stamina increases, your energy levels increase, your oxygen uptake increases in the lungs, and that is how you keep away all those disorders. This is very important. How many of you want to look young? Always. Me also. So okay, but how many of you are striving to do that? How many of you are taking a step for that? So exercise karo. A 40-year-old can look like a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old with exercise. Let me tell you that. Look at those celebs. Chalo, wo to bahut kuch karwate hai, but if you have a role model in your life, observe them. If you have a mentor, है ना, observe them. What do they do? So physical activity का इतना importance है. So there is something called as telomeres. Okay, I'd like to explain this concept. Okay, have you seen a shoelace? Yeah. Does the shoelace have a small little plastic ending? Why does it have it? So that you can put it into that hole, yeah, or it does not come off. The fibers don't come out. It seals it, right? The same is your telomere. The telomere is the tail of the chromosome, so that the DNA does not open up from the chromosome. But at the same time, it should not be shortened. Imagine if that shoelace का आपने वो plastic का एक आधा कर दिया. Yeah, so it might just come out. It might just unwind itself. Okay, so there's a reason why telomeres need to have a certain length, and telomere length is directly affecting your aging, by the way. If you have a shorter telomere because of your poor lifestyle, then you are bound. I mean, you are 40 and you will look 60. But greater the telomere, greater the length of the tail of the chromosome, you will look younger, much younger than your real age. Okay? So all your exercise, mind-body interventions, gut microbiome, diet, biological clock, or sleep, stress management, all these are working towards preserving the telomere length to what it is right now. It does not let it shorten. And that is why when you follow all these, you look healthy, you feel healthy. Yeah, you look young, you feel radiant from inside. Okay? So that's what exercise does. Coming to any questions till now, because I'm going to go into a different zone now, which is into your mental health. Any questions on exercise, or we can move ahead? Clear? Okay, great. Clear. Okay, great. Chalo. So what is complementary medicine? What is complementary medicine? Something that complements your current pattern of treatment. So allopathy is a treatment. Ayurveda is a treatment, and homeopathy is a treatment. Is a line of treatment. Okay. If you add yoga to any of them, you're complementing it by enhancing the effects of yoga and the medicine on your health. So if I have thyroid, for example, I will have a thyroid medicine also because I want to control it. Na? Abhi, dekho, kaisa hota hai? Yoga, I mean, these mind-body interventions are important, but they may not have that kind of speed. They may not be that fast enough to cure you fatafat. So you need to use it in conjunction with some kind of a line of treatment. So it could be Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, or allopathy. Okay. So then what happens is when I have thyroid medicine, I check my TSH levels. After 3 months of that medicine and doing these mind-body interventions, if I see my thyroid medicine, if I go to the doctor, she advises me a test again after 3 months, and I do that test, it's coming normal. It's going down. So then she lowers my drug dosage. You need to understand this pattern, okay? She will taper the dosage, she will reduce the dosage, and then one fine day, when I continue this same lifestyle that I'm following, a healthy lifestyle, one fine day she'll tell me you don't need medicines. Wow, I have reversed thyroid disease. I'm back to normal. That's what is reversal, my dear friends. Okay? You can reverse disease only when you're consistent with the efforts that you're taking. It does not happen 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. You'll have to be consistent with it. And mind-body interventions have a deep, profound effect on gene expression. So if you do not want a particular gene to get expressed, for example, heart disease, okay, you do yoga, meditation. What are the mind-body interventions? Yoga. Mind and body interventions means it affects both body also and mind also. Okay? Meditation का effects देखना brain पे. I wish I had that photo right now, but I don't have it. But just Google this. Effects of meditation on brain health. You'll see. What a lovely science. Okay? Acupuncture. It involves using needles at specific points in your palms and your feet. Okay? Which help you to stimulate certain substances in the body. That's basically the alternative medicine that I'm talking about. Okay. Other than that, you have pranayam as a mind-body intervention. So when you do anulom vilom, why are you able to cut down your stress with anulom vilom? Why do people say, yes, Maria, diabetes can be reversed? Yes. exactly the same example that I took for thyroid, but that takes a lot of efforts, and unfortunately it's not that enough what people are doing, and that's why reversal rate is very bad in India. Okay, coming back to the topic. चलो हाँ, so इसके अलावा प्राणायाम are also good. Deep breathing exercises, guided imagery, this can only happen with a trained professional. Hypnotherapy, again with a hypnotherapist. Progressive relaxation, a yoga teacher can help you with this, or an Ayurvedic doctor can help you with this, okay, or a naturopath. Qigong is basically a different science. Yes, Qigong is basically alternative therapy, very, very similar to yoga, but it has a lot of different elements to it. And of course, Tai Chi. Yeah, Tai Chi and Qigong are from the Asian culture, Thai and all. Okay. All right. If you've ever had these issues, mental stress is affecting your body. You should know that. सबसे ज्यादा क्या होता है पता है? ये होता है upset stomach, either constipated or frequent motions, either of the two, or gas or acidity, gut issues, right? Then this happens. Then probably this will happen. ये तो we have acquired this and we have mastered this. ये नहीं चाहिए किसी को, पर हमको चाहिए भाई. Our mobile phones are more important than sleep. So that all is there, and ultimately also chest pain people have observed. Okay, so this stress is a very bad thing. It affects, and somebody said that yes, research has proved almost 90% of diseases are psychosomatic, probably even more now. So the last time when I had read this statement, tabhi 90% tha, maybe a year back. Ab to zyada ho gaya hoga. It affects your joints. You know where your emotions are? Do you know where your emotions are? Your emotions are in your joints. Your emotions are in your thyroid. If you do not let your emotions out, you will end up getting these problems, joint and thyroid. Okay? Communicate, talk, finish that off on the same day itself, whatever it is, whatever stress is affecting you. Do not take it to the next day, because that hampers each and every body part. See this: brain, skin, cardiovascular, gut, reproductive, a lot of infertility cases. Why is it happening, and why does the doctor advise get a change in your environment? It does affect your estrogen and your testosterone, right? It decreases your libido, your sex drive. Joint and muscles तो सबसे ज्यादा affect होते हैं. I feel everybody nowadays has some cracking noise in their joints, some pain in the knees, some God knows cervical spondylitis and whatnot. Please take care. And your immunity is also depleted because of stress. So on one hand, you're having vitamin C during COVID. What an irony. You're having vitamin C to improve your immune health, but on the other hand, you're stressing over COVID. You are neglecting, I mean, you're nullifying the effect of that vitamin C, guys. ठीक है? चलो. ये सारे benefits है. I'm sure you must have gone through this. Okay. The mechanism, I'll come to that very, very clear. कैसे होता है ये? थोड़ा technical है, but I'll explain, try my best to explain this. There is something called as nuclear factor kappa B. Okay, NFKB के नाम से जानो इसको. This is the villain. Okay, this is the villain. आपका ये जो cortisol पैदा होता है ना, when you're stressed. Okay, when you're stressed, when you're overthinking, when you're in panic, when you're in anxiety, your body releases HCTH hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, which stimulates the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is on the kidneys. Yes. Okay. It stimulates the adrenal gland to release two hormones, cortisol and epinephrine. These are stress hormones. ये release होता है because there is a panic situation here in the head. ठीक है? अगर आप यहीं पे उसको control कर लो with the help of yoga, meditation and pranayam and positive thinking, do you think this will happen? This will not happen. You'll save this process. You'll save yourself from this trauma. Okay? When this goes into the cell, It increases the secretion of cytokines, inflammatory cytokines, IL-6, IL-1, TNF, tumor necrosis factor, all those are genes, okay? So that can have an effect on your cellular metabolism and your gene expression. फिर आप बोलोगे ये सब कुछ करने के बावजूद भी डायबिटीज क्यों नहीं ठीक हो रहा है? बिकॉज आपने माइंड को तो टच ही नहीं किया है, आपने सिर्फ बॉडी 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 किया, आयुर्वेदा भी किया, होम्योपैथी भी किया, नेचुरोपैथी भी किया, एलोपैथी भी किया, but you did not focus on your mind. You did not reduce the main thing affecting it. I told you na already, cortisol बढ़ेगा, cytokine बढ़ेगा, इंसुलिन कम हो जाएगा, तो डायबिटीज कैसे ठीक होगा? Right? Eye opening? Yeah, is it? Are you all bored? Let me put it that way. नींद नहीं आ रही है ना? Okay, because this is science and it could get a little boring. ठीक है. But it is interesting, huh? If you really put your heart into it. If you really put your brain and heart into it, you will be glued to it. Okay. So mind-body interventions are the latest. I mean, a lot of researches are happening on this stream. ये NF-kB and cytokines का कम कर देता है production. When you sit for 10 minutes in meditation, see the difference, feel the difference yourself. I will not tell you that. I want you to experience. Yoga is an experiential science. So I always tell my students, I will not tell you what happens to you in this 1 hour of yoga. I want you all to come and tell me what happened to you. It is an experiential science. You cannot say that Ardha Matsyendrasan will lead to control of blood sugar levels. Experience it and show me. Do your blood reports after 3 months of regular yoga, and then show these, then see for yourself and show me also. It's an experiential science. Okay, guys, you have to experience it to feel the difference. So 5 minutes of pranayam or 10 minutes of meditation or 20 minutes or 30 minutes of yoga is something that I would like you to start from tomorrow. Okay? Okay. Let's understand gut microbiome. Now, there is a deep connection between your mind and your brain and your gut. Okay, we all know this. We all have heard probably. बहुत बार सुना है ये. Your gut is your second brain. Yes. Yes. Fight or flight. Correct. Okay. Now, how does it affect? So there are these harmful bacteria. E. coli, Clostridium, Enterococcus faecalis. जब ये बढ़ जाते हैं आपके gut में. Okay, how many of you have acidity here? Frequent acidity. Gastric issues. Stomach pain. Or probably constipation, the most common issue today. Huh? So if you don't have, wonderful. Your gut microbiome is healthy. But if you have even one of this, please include fermented foods and probiotics. Yes, Sumitsa, you used to have 15 years back. Wonderful. You have tried and recovered. I mean, you've completely recovered. Yes, curd, buttermilk. So you can write down what are the foods that are probiotics. Okay. Probiotics are basically all those foods which have healthy bacteria in them. Apple cider vinegar. If you like the taste and the smell, I don't like it. But if you like it, please go ahead and have it. Okay. Go for an apple cider vinegar with the mother. So there is something called as written on the bottle with the mother. What is the mother? Mother is the parent of that healthy bacteria which is there inside it. So it's usually a pulp of apple. If you see, the most common brand I think is Bragg's. Bragg ka aata hai. BRAGG. Okay. Kapiva is also good. You can have that. Okay. Always have apple cider vinegar. I'm writing it here. With the mother. Okay. Secondly, it is your fermented vegetables. So cultivate this habit of fermenting one vegetable every week. Cabbage le lo, lettuce le lo, carrot le lo, beetroot le lo, अनियंस ले लो, पिकल, उसको जैसे हम अचार बनाते हैं उसमें तेल डालने की जरूरत नहीं है. जस्ट पुट लिटिल सॉल्ट एंड लेमन, add little water in a glass jar, put the vegetable sticks, chop them into sticks or pieces, whatever. Open, matlab don't open it every day. Open it once in a week to just see if there is no overgrowth. And then after a week you'll get a lot of recipes on YouTube, guys. Just I'll put it here because wo thoda spelling galat hai, I mean tricky hai. You can search for these recipes, okay? These are fermented veggies. Have you ever had authentic Asian cuisine? Thai, Japanese, Chinese, authentic Chinese, हाँ? उसमें kimchi salad मिलेगा आपको. It's made up of cabbage. Yes, Lino sir, good. So kimchi salad खाओ. Do not have the water, just the vegetable, because the water would be full of salt. ठीक है? So these are probiotics. Now what are prebiotics? Pre का मतलब है, yes, colorful salads. Yes, you can use all peppers and all. और फिर क्या करो, अगर टमेटो, प्याज, कॉर्न एंड ऑल का सैलेड बनाया आपने, तो वो फर्मेंटेड वेजिटेबल थोड़ा चॉप करके डालो. It will improve the gut microbiome. Okay, so I'm giving you tips to increase your gut microbiome. ठीक है? What are prebiotics? Prebiotics are nothing but your foods that give rise to those probiotics. तो वो healthy bacteria के लिए food बन जाता है खुद वो. So the best prebiotic is dietary fiber. You get dietary fiber in all your plant foods, cereals and grains, pulses and legumes, fruits, vegetables and nuts and seeds. ये 5 चीजों में आपको फाइबर मिलेगा. No animal food will have fiber. Okay, not even milk, not even eggs, not even chicken. It's only found in plant foods. So eat a plant-based diet. That is a prebiotic in itself. Okay. Yes, and it is our second brain, by the way. So if your stomach is upset, your mood is also upset. Take it in written from me. Okay. All right. What else will you do to improve your gut microbiome? From the lifestyle factors, डाइट तो हमने देख लिया, प्रीबायोटिक्स प्रोबायोटिक्स इंक्लूड करके. एक्सरसाइज भी करोगे आप. क्यों? बिकॉज इट विल सीक्रेट योर digestive juices. It will secrete digestive enzymes which will not lead to indigestion. ठीक है? Your gastric environment is such that you need to have a certain pH in your stomach, acidic pH, to digest food. But overall body में alkaline pH होना चाहिए, so that unhealthy cells like tumors and all, they don't grow. Okay, so for that, food is also important, exercise is also important, and of course sleep and stress management. Sleep regular करना है and stress manage करना है. That will improve your gut microbiome. Cool. Understood how the gut enhances or worsens your health? This is the gut brain axis. So the brain, if it's affected with stress, anxiety, panic disorders and all that, overthinking and all that, or depression, it influences, it affects the gut. The bacteria present in the gut, they will not be mobile. That means they have to move. They have to move in the gut to perform their functions, but वो नहीं हो पाएगा. और जब वो motility affect होती है, तब कुछ भी नहीं कर पाओगे आप. Then you will definitely have constipation. Secretion of hormones. What is the hormone that is secreted in the gut? Let's see. Starts with S. What is the hormone that is secreted in the gut? No? Should I reveal it? Serotonin. Okay. Serotonin is a hormone. It's a happy hormone, right? That is the connection between these two. If it is, ये नहीं secrete होगा यहाँ पे gut में, तो आपको अच्छा कैसे लगेगा? How will you feel? A feel good factor. How will you feel happy and healthy? That's the connection. Okay, so secretion of certain hormones, nutrient delivery, nutrient absorption affect हो सकता है आपका अगर brain सही नहीं है. आप देख रहे हो ना, मैं बार बार एक ही चीज, this is coming up a lot of times, mental health. And now I really I mean, whatever workshops I do and I talks I do, I always advocate this. यहाँ से शुरू करो. Don't start from your body. Your body will take care of itself when your mind has taken care of itself. Okay, that वो balance रखना बहुत जरूरी है. Microbial balance. Your whenever you feel slight burping sensation also, वो तो पता है कि रीगर्जिटेशन जैसा होता है, द फूड कम्स आउट इन द माउथ, थोड़ा एक जलने जैसा हार्ट बर्न फीलिंग होता है, दैट इज द फर्स्ट साइन दैट योर गट इज गोइंग डिसबैलेंस्ड, इम्बैलेंस्ड. हैव अ टीस्पून ऑफ कर्ड or have probiotics or Yakult, and you get those medicines also, capsules form में भी मिलता है, powder form में भी मिलता है. Okay, so you can have that. The gut has an effect. I just told you neurotransmitters. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter. So all those DOSC hormones are neurotransmitters. Stress और anxiety effect बढ़ा देगा. अगर आपको constipation, acidity वगैरह है, mood खराब करेगा. You will not be in a good mood. And of course, if your mood is bad, your behavior will also be getting affected. You will get angry, chidchidapan, jealous, whatever, negative emotions. ठीक है? So this is the gut brain axis. It's little technical, I'm not going into it. I would recommend, if you want to really, not only this course, any course that you take up, try to look for videos explaining these processes. It will register in your mind. Okay, rather than reading it. So these are some of the ways your gut is unhealthy. How will you come to know your gut is unhealthy? If you have a constant skin irritation, rashes, acne, if you have a high sugar diet, आपका gut खराब होना ही है, because sugar attracts unhealthy bacteria. Okay, sugar also attracts cancer, by the way. So yes, that is one important thing. Upset stomach, unintentional weight changes. कभी weight कम होता है, कभी weight बढ़ जाता है, yeah. Sleep disturbances या constant lack of energy, fatigue. Food intolerances. आज मैंने कुछ खाया, 3 महीने बाद कुछ खाती हूँ तो वो digest ही नहीं हो रहा है. क्यों? What happened? Something in my stomach has gone wrong, and that is the intestinal microflora, the bacterial overload. So there has to be a balance. Healthy bacteria and unhealthy bacteria. Healthy वाला कम होना चाहिए, unhealthy कम होना चाहिए, right? What do we do? Whenever we get fever, whenever we get any infection, we pop antibiotics. तो नाम में ही उसका है मतलब, antibiotics. It is killing the bacteria, but बेचारे healthy bacteria भी मर जाते हैं उसके अंदर. The idea is to kill the unhealthy bacteria which is causing the infection, but gut के अंदर के भी microbes dead हो जाते हैं. So you can't really target healthy, unhealthy only. ऐसा सबके लिए apply होता है, वो universal है. But if you are on a dose of antibiotics, please do consume those foods which I listed under probiotics or prebiotics. Okay? Yeah. Certain autoimmune conditions, you can get psoriasis, you can get lupus, you can get multiple sclerosis. Okay, all those things are autoimmune conditions. Okay, now coming to so these are, just refer to this in case you want more information on diet and gut microbiome. Okay, probiotics, curd hai, kefir hai, I forgot this. Kefir is a good fermented food. Fermented rice hai, you know this, I don't know if you know this. There's a practice in South India somewhere, Kerala or Tamil Nadu, I'm not sure, but they have this earthen pots at home. Cooked rice लेते हैं वो, जो leftover rice होता है या freshly cooked भी चलेगा. They put 1 katori of that rice in that earthen pot. They put water on top of it, and they let that rice soak overnight, and then on the next day in the morning they have that water. That's called fermented rice water. But it should be cooked rice, huh? It should not be raw rice. That is high in vitamin B12 and probiotics. So you can note it down if you want to. You can have this. Just search for this a little bit on YouTube. You'll get the exact recipe. You can add little herbs also. Some people add ginger to aid in digestion. Some people add lemon to it. आप अपना भी touch ला सकते हो उसके अंदर. ठीक है? Okay. Next is a very interesting phenomena. Okay. I think we just have like 20 minutes. Okay. Uh, Now comes the topic when I was discussing about sleep. Okay. Not just sleep, everything has a time. Everything, doing everything in your life is should be done on proper time. Why? Because of a concept that God gave us. Okay. God made us and he made the biological clock as well. Okay. So whoever has made this body in such a beautiful way कि भाई आप एक टाइम पे ये काम करोगे so you'll get the maximum benefit out of it. Okay, and that is called biological clock, or in other terms it is also called as the body clock, or it is called as circadian rhythm. So there is a rhythm in your body. Why do you think when you get up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon you feel groggy, even in spite of having so much of sleep? Because you're upsetting your body clock. You're getting up at a time when you should be digesting food. So ulta ho raha hai. You're not serving the purpose of the body, right? And that is the issue that is happening in today's world. Post COVID also, especially there's a rise in these cases after COVID because lockdown has upsetted a lot of things. कुछ करने को नहीं था, चलो Netflix देखो till night, till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night, probably go on a call with a friend. कुछ करने को नहीं है. But people have made that, people have continued that, some people. So if you see this, I'll just increase the zoom. If you see this, there is a clock in your body. 12 o'clock noon se chalo dekhte hain kya hota hai, okay? You are at your best brain and body coordination at around 2:30. Your fastest reaction time is at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Greatest cardiovascular efficiency and muscular strength is at 7. That is why people prefer going to gyms at this time, 5 p.m. Why? Obviously, people who cannot go in the morning will go in the evening. But why not 6 and why not 7 and why not 4 and why not 3? Why 5? Because your body tries and tells you कि ये time अभी मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है. Let me go to the gym. That's very inbuilt. Huh? You will not feel yourself forcing this time on you. It will come naturally to you. Then comes your highest blood pressure is marked at 18:30 or 6:30 p.m. Your body temperature is the highest at 7 p.m. Notice that. Your melatonin, now see the funny part. Melatonin is what? It's a sleep hormone. You are going against your own body by sleeping at midnight or sleeping at 2. जबकि आपका ये डीपेस्ट स्लीप होना चाहिए, तो आपने तो अभी शुरू किया है सोना. यहाँ पे आपका मेलेटोनिन सीक्रेट हुआ है, आपने वो इग्नोर किया, आपने नेटफ्लिक्स देखा, आपने डिनर लिया ये टाइम पे, आपने बैडमिंटन खेला, आपने you read a book, whatever you did, but except sleeping, whatever you did not let that melatonin secrete properly. When the melatonin did not secrete properly, do you think, there are so many gut issues. I just told you na, sleep ki wajah se, sleep impairment ki wajah se. Yeah, aapne wo sab kiya and you did all that in a consecutive fashion. You did not just for a day, weeks to come together, right? The body understood that this is the new pattern that I have to set myself. It reset it. It reset the biological clock because ये तो सो नहीं रही है 9 बजे, चलो 9 बजे एनीवेज कौन सोता है, चलो 10 बजे तो सो जाओ, 10 बजे भी नहीं सो रही है, 11 बजे नहीं सो रही है, 12 बजे भी नहीं सो रही है, तो I think 1 o'clock is what she sleeps. Let me reset my clock to 1 o'clock. तो मेलेटोनिन सीक्रेट होने लगा 1 बजे आजकल सबका, तब जाके नींद आ रही है, तब जाके you feel drowsy. That's melatonin working in your body. Okay, when you feel drowsiness. So that is what happens when you do over a period of time, you make it a habit to sleep late, your body clock goes for a toss. If it happens repeatedly, you're inviting disease. कि आ बैल मुझे मार,